We have to look at the cost and how we get there. And every night, multiple times, to and from, with the trucks crisscrossing, we're going over the bridge. So we know in its newest planned state, there's going to be a cost involved there. It doesn't sound like much, but when you start adding this thing up, I don't see a bridge heading north and south. I see a very large economic equivalent of the Berlin Wall. And it's going to stop us from moving to and fro. Thank you.
We all care passionately about where we live, our community. We just have different visions about what that community is going to look like down the road. Like I said, I have been working to make this a world-class city, but that's Brian's vision. Some other folks, Mr. Medor or Mr. Patella, have a different vision of their world-class city. They still want a good place to live. Lawyers can be passionate about their respective clients' positions and be zealously arguing for their client, but the lawyers themselves meet out in the hallway and shake hands and get along. But the kind of divisiveness we have over this bridge is that neighbors are not liking their neighbors anymore, and that's troublesome. I wish we'd just get it behind us one way or the other.
Well, I think we're probably more divisive right now than we have ever been, and it's turned into an us against them or them against us. You know, the majority of the people want to be heard.
Everyone who I talk to recognizes that we need a new bridge. It's the details of that bridge, whether it's going to have light rail or it's going to have bus rapid transit, if it's going to have tolls or what's going to be the local public share.
What problem are you trying to solve? The assumption there is that light rail is going to solve congestion. Well, it's failed in the three most obvious comparisons along the I-205, along the I-84, along the I-5. Each of those locations are a congestion disaster during rush hour. And they're saying it's going to be a solution now. It's the same solution. It doesn't work.
Whenever we have any project of this size, this much money, that the people have a right to have a voice in how, why, when, and what for their tax dollars are being spent. And this was not the case in this particular project.
Is it the perfect plan? Is it the plan that everybody is like bought off on and says, yes, let's go do it? I don't think there is such a thing. And I don't think that it even was such a plan in 1917 when they built the first bridge.
Fixing that bridge is important. It's the light rail component that is a sticking point. As a port commissioner, freight mobility is a big deal. And the only way we can get additional freight mobility is to improve that choke point across the river.
We are placing our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren in serious debt.
Clark County will become much more like Detroit, Michigan, if this silly, wrong priority project goes through. It's that significant. It will kill this area.
I think the vast majority of people recognize, let's just build the bridge. It's been studied for 10 years. It's a compromise project between two states, between two cities, the federal government and the U.S. Coast Guard. I mean, come on. There's only so much studying that we can do if we've had it looked at by expert review panels, What else do we need to do? Start over from the beginning?
We definitely probably need something else across the bridge. Why do we want to take a perfectly good bridge and tear it down, destroy downtown Vancouver, destroy the upriver businesses, and replace a perfectly good? It makes no common sense.
If this project does go through, they end up building light rail here. Is all lost? No. People will recover. People recover from disasters all the time. It would be a disaster. But in one way, it'll force Clark County to become much more self-sufficient. Why? Because not many people are going to pay those tolls.